So I went out today, and I'm going to put a few clips at the end of this demonstration, but you really couldn't see my screen. It was blown out with the sun, so I got it right in front of us now so you can see it. But Calabash Digger reached out and wanted me to try some tests with notch, and him and TN Sharpshooter I have been working on something here to kind of normalize the ID or blank out the iron so it doesn't pull down the ID. So I created a notch program. First I'm going to show you just fast. So here's just the fast program here. You can see a 2-3 ID. This is the kind of the workaround for those 7, 8, and 9s. Okay, so that is with the fast program, and all I did was get rid of notch and I put silencer to 0. All right, you could see that silver dime is right there and the nail is right there, so a good 4 fingers apart, and it's still pulling down that ID. All right, now we're going to go over to this notch program here, and you can see it's throwing up 86s. So how you do this, it seems like, anyway, I've messed with a lot of this. I've messed with trying to bring the notch up to say 4 through 10 so I could hear iron. That still brought the ID way down. But what you do, anyway, it seems to be 0 through 10 works really good. So using fast as a base, I notice works the best. Go over to expert silencer, you want to put it 0. I notice that bottle cap doesn't make that big of a difference. Like, bottle cap will really help you ignore big iron, but you can just see that it was pulling that through with bottle cap at 3, so it's really up to you. Notch, in here you want to go to expert and you want to put it to 10. Any lower, see the 86? Any lower than that will start to bring that 7, 8, 9 or even lower back in. All right, so notch to 10 seems to work really good. When I was out hunting today, I was using this and fast as a base, comparing the two. This was definitely pulling targets through. The ones that I were pulling were aluminum and a couple of bent square nails at 85, 86, so I was still having that issue. It didn't correct that, but it's definitely pulling targets through. The only thing I can think of with this notch and why it's causing it is when the targets are close together, it really pulls that second target next to iron way down, and this is causing it to ignore that iron. So you're not going to get an iron tone with this either, but you'll get that through. Another thing to watch out for is discrimination will have to align to wherever you have your notch when it comes to the high end. So you can see I'm getting an 86 there. Now if I say I was at a park, and I'm not sure if anyone does this, but if say you wanted to run your discrimination up to 70, you'll notice that really impacts it. Now my ID is a 20 on that silver dime. A workaround for that, if you are a hunter that likes a high discrimination to cherry pick, you can go into expert and take this notch way up to 70, so they correlate with each other, and now you'll get the 85, 86 in the window. Where is it? There it is. So as long as these two work with each other, you'll be okay. Discrimination and notch, I'm not sure what's going on there, but notch is definitely impacting the ID. So wherever you have your discrimination set, you can put your notch to that level too, and it seems to give a correct ID on things that are close to iron. Like if I put this back to 10, my ID will be all messed up. See, 19, 14, because my discrimination is out of line with where my notch is. So we could put discrimination, say you're using general mode and your discrimination is at 10 and your notch is at 10, you'll be okay there. See, 86. And this works the same for mid conductors as well. I've tested both mid conductors. I tested a nickel. This is silver dime. I wanted to see if it impacted depth at all. I went over, and this is the 8-inch SLQ in my test garden. Doesn't impact it. If there is an impact, I can't tell yet. But that will help get around this 7, 8, 9 next to iron. And yeah, hopefully that helps. Try it out, let me know how it works. I'll put a couple clips of today's hunt when I was playing with all this stuff in after this. And yeah, comment below, let me know if you've tried this and what you think. Thanks for watching. All right, a quick test on clean ground over here is I just wanted to make sure, since I was digging some iron today that was not coming through in fast, but was actually coming through in the high 80s, was iron, and I want to make sure it wasn't falsing on that. So this is 86 with the notch, 87 here. All right, and fast program 2. All right, 2, 3. A nickel, so a mid conductor now. 2. In notch, 80, which is usually, a nickel is usually in the 60s, so it's up averaging the nickel. And we'll get rid of that and make sure we're not falsing. And we're not falsing on the iron above ground, so that's good. All right, here's the stock fast program over this target. You can see 4, 8, 7 iron tone. This is well, now when I go over to my notch program, 87, 88. So let's see what this is. I have no idea if this is a nail or not. This is my sell a hole site that I come to a lot for iron testing because it's just really loaded. It's going as high up as a 90, 88, 89, 90. Let's see what it is. All right, for that one, stock fast was giving us a 2, 3 very low ID, and when I implemented the notch 0 through 10, we were getting signals all the way from 86 to 90, and it ended up being 2 pieces of iron. When I pulled this big one out, I was still getting 85, 86 on the small bent square nail. All right, here's one in fast. 3, 4, 3. Let's go over to notch. His notch now. 64. 64, 65. All right, let's see what that is. All right, it just got better with notch. You can hear how that signal cleaned up. Now it's an 85. Let's see what fast says about it now. Two, 6, 9. All right, let's see. All right, that one was another bent square nail. All right, so I'm going to be heading out of here shortly. I did dig a bunch of targets today that were reading 85, 86 in that new notch of 0 through 10 program that I added in that were not reading in fast. But if you guys want to try that out, give me a feedback in the comments below and let me know how it works for you. The signals that I were getting 85, 86 all the way up to 90 were pieces of iron, so I'm not sure what that notch is doing. As you can see from the air test though, it's definitely pulling through. It's ignoring that iron because you're notching it out. So the whole bleeding down of the mid conductor, high conductor, whatever object is next to it is no longer happening because it's ignoring the iron. But as we could see, as we raise discrimination and not raise notch, it's also messing with VDI as well. So definitely more tests to come with that to try and figure out what's going on, because it's the notch. So silencer 0, notch up to 10. You can leave bottle cap on. It may mask, but bottle cap will help with big iron if you want. And really that's it. Watch out where you put your discrimination. Not that it matters, because if you're notching to 10, your discrimination, any 10 or lower, will be fine. As you raise discrimination, if you don't raise notch, that will also mess with the ID. So everyone, thanks for watching. Let me know how you make out.